What's going on, everybody? I'm the Entertainist and welcome back. So now that Thanksgiving's over, it's time to get into Christmas mode. I love Christmas, one of my favorite holidays, just right under there for Halloween for me. I love celebrating it, I love watching Christmas movies. So with that being said, I haven't really done anything Christmas themed on this episode movie-wise, and right now I want to give a list of the top 10 Christmas movies, my top 10 favorite. There was a gnat in my face, and that irks the hell out of me. So hopefully that thing won't come back again. So let's get into this. My top favorite Christmas movies, it's similar to my top 10 movies of 2019, to where it's not really about what I think is the better made movie, it's what's my personal favorite Christmas movie. Same with my top 10 Halloween movies. Let's begin. Number 10, A Mr. Dope Christmas. I'm totally kidding. That's not in this. For real though, number 10, The Polar Express. I like The Polar Express. It's a fine movie. I was never obsessed with it. Actually, I frankly remember being a little bored of it when I was a kid. But over time, as I watched it, I think it's fine. You know, it's a good movie overall, and it's enjoyable to watch. But it's never really been my thing. By the way, I'm going to keep these kind of brief because I am going to be reviewing Christmas movies this year. I'm doing a special, kind of like my Halloween extravaganza. I'm going to be doing a Christmas countdown. I'm going to be reviewing 2 Christmas movies a week leading up to Christmas. Let's continue with the list. Number 9, I'm going to go with The Santa Claus, the original one, because the other 2 I think are completely terrible. I think the first Santa Claus is fine. It's fun. I don't think it aged all that well, but you know, and it's never been one of my favorite Christmas movies, but it's pretty good, and I think Tim Allen's really good in it. Number 8, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. It's a classic for sure, and it's got a really good message behind it, and in that time, it was the top tier Christmas movie. It's just, you know, once again, never been one of my personal favorites. I know it's a lot of people's favorites because it is a classic and it is a really good movie. I just, you know, was never in a rush to watch it every December. Number 7, Jingle All the Way. This movie's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I think this movie's hilarious. Just fucking hilarious. Arnold Schwarzenegger is really good in it. And I just think it's a very silly movie that does, yes, have a lot of plot holes in it. And sure, it's not a critic favorite, but I just think it's so hilarious that it is a movie I do try to get around to every December. Number 6, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Great movie. I think it's a great sequel. One of the best sequels, actually. And it could have been horrible with the title of the movie, what it's about. It's literally kind of the same thing as the first one, except he's in New York now. Could have been really bad, but because of how great Macaulay Culkin is as Kevin McAllister and Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern are as the Wet Bandits, it's great. It's really fun. It's really funny, and I think it does set up a good Christmas mood still. Number 5, Elf. Elf is hilarious. Great Christmas movie. I've always loved it. I find it hilarious every time I watch it. I don't think it aged that much at all, really. One of Will Ferrell's best performances and also his breakout. I definitely watch this every December, and definitely hypes me up for Christmas. Number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Not The Grinch. That was made a couple years ago. I watched it. Don't care for that movie. The Jim Carrey one. The Jim Carrey one is one of my favorite Christmas movies and one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I think he is just phenomenal in it. One of his best performances yet. And definitely everything about it's really good. I'm going to dive more deep into it when I review it this year. But How the Grinch Stole Christmas is just phenomenal. I really do not have much complaint about that movie at all. And although I do love that movie so much, there are 3 other movies I like it a little bit more for the holiday season. So with number 3, the original Home Alone, the first one, the one that started it all. And this is just, it's great. It's a great concept. It's an interesting concept for a Christmas movie because it's just about a kid. I mean, it didn't even have to be a Christmas movie. They could have set this during any other time, and now look at it. It's a Christmas classic. And it's just got an interesting concept for that. And it worked out really well. John Hughes is great at what he does. I know he wasn't he was a writer for the movie, and I know he wasn't the director, but you know, he was good at what he did when he was around, and I think this movie succeeds in every way, shape, and form. Number 2, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. The best sequel to a comedy ever. Think of comedy sequels for a second. Name one that's better than the first one. Christmas Vacation is it. This movie is just fucking hilarious. That's all I really want to say about it, because like I said, I am going to be reviewing some of these. I'm not going to spoil which ones I'm going to review. But yeah, let's keep the list going. We're at the final one. What is it? Number 1, A Christmas Story. My all-time favorite Christmas movie. It's really funny. Sure, it's aged quite a bit over time, but it's just a Christmas classic. It's the one that hypes me up for the Christmas feel the most. Kind of like how Halloween, the original Halloween, hypes me up for Halloween the most. A Christmas Story does that for me for Christmas. I've grown up with it as a kid, and to this day, I still find it very fun. Definitely has a lot of nostalgia in there for me. Not the only reason why I love it. I watched it last year, and I'm like, you know, it's still a really good movie. The best Christmas movie, in my opinion. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I am ready to do a Christmas countdown with you guys. 2 Christmas movie reviews per week leading up to Christmas. I'm very excited to do this. I'm going to keep this sweater on during those reviews. I got, as you can see, the Beatles on Abbey Road as elves. It's awesome. Let's do this. Can't wait to spend the holiday season with you guys doing this. So I will see you all in the next video. Peace.